Hey everybody, how are you doing? Welcome to the Birthing Experience, another episode where we help coaches birth their mastery. I'm super excited today because I have a special guest. It is another Master Midwife moment where we are talking with Charles Roberts today. It's all about how to network on purpose. So give me a second, guys. I'm going to share this out. I would like you to take a moment to share this out as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and introduce our guest for tonight, okay? All right, so Charles is a master networker. I attended one of his events a few years ago and I kind of like low key stalked. He has wonderful events here in Philadelphia. He's a philanthropist, he's a coach, a speaker, all that good stuff. I'm not going to take his thunder because I'm definitely going to let him introduce himself. But today we're talking all about how to network on purpose because you know that as business owners, we have to network, right? As business owners, our network is how we grow. It's how we, leverage. And he is a master networker. So he's here to give us some of his hottest tips. Okay. So, hey, Charles, how are you doing?
I'm fantastic. What about yourself?
I'm good. I just want to first thank you so much for joining me this evening and sharing your brilliant mind with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's start with who you are. Tell us all about who Charles really is.
Absolutely. So who I am, you said it in the intro. Businessman, entrepreneur, a networker, a Christian. I'm somebody who loves helping people. Want to see people get to the next level in life, as well as myself. I'm growing every single day to be better, to be a better version of myself tomorrow than I was yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell us about your company. It's Social World Networking Professionals, right?
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
tell us tell us a little bit about the mission with that company.
Absolutely. So Social World Network of Professionals, pretty much what we do, we want to provide a platform for entrepreneurs, for business owners, for professionals who's looking to generate more leads, get more business, make some strong connections in their local area, drum up some business. And at the same time, we're bringing them to an upscale established venue, whereas though they can have a great time, they can eat some good food, and they can drink some amazing drinks. So we're kind of helping both parties. We're helping the venue bring some patrons in that's going to be paying patrons, as well as the business owners or sales professionals, or it really doesn't matter what your background is. You could be in real estate, you can be a chemist, you can be science. It doesn't really matter. But you can come to our events and you can get connected with a great person. So.
Yeah, I love that word that you use, connected, because that's really what it's all about. So, I mean, before we get into talking about networking and the whole concept of what networking is, how did this come about? What made you see that it was important for you to develop a mission like this?
So I've been networking for about the past 13 and a half, 14 years now, and just attending different events. And, I was like, oh, okay, cool. It's the same thing, kind of mundane, name badges. And, so I was like, no, I want to kind of shake some things up.
Right.
And I kept saying, I'm going to start this year. I'm going to start this year. I'm going to start. And it just kept going. I said, you know what? I need to just do this. Something inside of me, I was tired of just waiting around and talking about it. And I just decided. And once I made that decision, I went for it and I didn't stop. So as you can see, we've been going strong for a while now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. I just love it. It was, like I said, it was something that was missing, and I wanted to spice some things up. That's why we decided to highlight people at these events.
Right.
Recognize amazing people that are doing some great things in their company, or if they're doing some amazing things in the community. So that's why we decided to kind of shake some things up, uh, to not make a boring networking mixer so boring.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense. So I want to go back because one of the things you said is you know, you toyed with it for a while, and eventually you just was like, okay, that's it, and you made the decision that you were going to get started. So I hope that everybody heard that, because that's something that I talk about a lot, you know, is that everything starts with that decision, right? So you guys who come to watch the episodes every week, those of you who listen to us on the podcast, our opening song, I actually say, to be successful in business is just about making a decision and sticking to it, you know.
Exactly.
So I love the fact that you mentioned that. So tell me something else, because here at the Birthing Experience, hence the name, it's all about helping our business owners prep, plan, push, and produce their mastery. So when we bring our guests on, we always ask them to share with us, when is a time that they had to like push through? Because we know that business is not all peaches and roses. So when was the
Exactly.
time that you had to push through? Tell us about that.
Oh my goodness. Every single day. There's not, there's not a day that I'm not pushing through. It's not, like you said, it's not a walk in the park. It's not sunshine and rainbows. Like, oh my God, it's so amazing every single day. No, being a entrepreneur, being a business owner, it's hard work. It's tough every single day. You have ups, you have downs. You want to have more ups than you have downs. So yeah, pushing through, you're going to have to push through a lot. You know, you're going to have to motivate yourself on days that you really don't want to do anything. You know, you like, I don't feel like getting out of bed today. You know, I don't feel like doing anything. But guess what? If you have to eat that day, you
Right.
can do
Yeah.
some work. You know,
Yeah.
so that's how I look at it. If your life literally depends on it, you probably might want to get up and motivate yourself. If you can't motivate yourself, I don't know, watch some motivational videos, something that'll get you going and get yourself out of bed. Take a cold shower. You gotta get yourself out there and get motivated.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to dig a little bit deeper. When was there a time that you felt like giving up? Tell us how, tell us about that scenario.
Oh my goodness. You do not want to hear this. No. So it's actually when I started, I didn't really launch, but I did an event, and I was like, all right, let's do it. I was like, you know, I made that decision. I said, let's just do it, but I didn't officially do a launch. So I said, I'm just hosting an event, let me get some people to come out. I hosted the event, and my first event was pretty successful. So it was pretty successful. We had about 80 people, 70 something, 80 people that came out to that event. We had it in like the Germantown area also. So I was like pleasantly surprised. So I said, all right, cool, I'm gonna just throw another event out there. So my next event that I put out there, I think I had about 10 to 15 people that showed up. So I was like, oh man, I don't think I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm not. so I was like, I was second guessing myself, and then I partnered. Some individuals reached out to me, and they was like, hey, let's partner. We see you doing events. We're doing events too. So we all partnered together, and it was about 4 or 5 of us. So I was like, all right, let's do it. We all put our networks together. We're going to do a big event. And when we did our next event, so that was like my third event technically, but my first event with those guys, and it was a bomb. It was like, I think we had maybe about 20, 25 people, and it was the people that I knew. So I
Yeah.
was like, oh,
You
okay,
felt
this
good.
yeah. Felt good with people, but at the same time, I was like, this is not really good. I'm like, we're not really growing. So I'm like, nah, I don't. And that second, I was second guessing myself, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I really want to do this anymore. Like, it's a lot of work that I'm putting into it, a lot of promoting, a lot of emails, a lot of social media, it was a lot I was doing, so I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I decided I'm not going to quit. I said, I'm not a quitter. I'm going to keep going. So I said, you know what? Let me just do another one, see what happens. So then the next one I did, that was the one that was a success. That was the one we had, again, about 80, almost 90 people that showed up to that event. So that was at Stratus Rooftop Lounge.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And that might have been the one that I was at. Listen, let me tell you guys something, because again, it's like you're bringing up some of the things that I try to stress a lot to business owners, which is really pushing through. Because look at how you said, all right, I felt like giving up. We only had about 15 people. Then I went at it again. I tried a different way, partnered with people, tried a different way, partnered, still felt like, okay, it's not what I want it to be. But then you went again. And I think that that is the key, which is just to keep going and keep trying. And if I also believe, matter of fact, I won't even assume, I'll ask you, what were you thinking that actually kept you going?
What was I thinking that kept me going?
Mm-hmm.
I can't quit, because I don't want to say secretly I had some haters, but I had some people that was praying that I failed, and some even said it to me like, man, you still doing that? Like, come on, man. Like, you saw, your last event was, like, they were saying like it was not that good. Like, why are you still doing it?
Right.
Like, but trying to be nice, but at the same time, like, beating me up over that. So no, I'm gonna prove to you. I'm gonna prove to everybody. I'm gonna prove to myself that I know I can do it. I know I can have a successful event and multiple events where I'm really getting some great professionals to come out. And yeah, I proved to myself, and then I proved the haters wrong, and the haters just stopped showing up. So I was happy with that too. So
right. I get it. So, okay, so let's shift. Let's talk about networking now, because that's really what this is all about, right?
Absolutely.
Let's, for someone who may be new and maybe they're doing networking the wrong way,
Yep.
What is networking to you?
Well, networking to me is really connecting with someone that you do not know that can possibly either help you in business, or you can make a new friend. That's how I look at it. It's like, hey, if we don't even do business, you may be able to connect me to the right person, because now we just connected and we became friends. And now you know what I do. You like me, you trust me, and you respect me enough whereas though you can like, hey, I'm going to send you some referrals. I'm going to send you some people that I know.
Yeah.
But I see you out here. You're out here hustling. You're out here rising. You're out here grinding every single day. So I'm gonna pass you some good referrals that can help you in your business. So
And would you say that referrals is important?
Absolutely, they're important. Yeah, you definitely need referrals. I would say to build any business that you're in.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you don't even have to be a traditional business owner. You could be a dentist. Dentists need referrals every
right.
day.
Right.
So
So let me ask you, since you've been networking for, I want to say, over a decade now, and you're also facilitating networking, creating the platform so other people can network. What do you think?
yes.
Okay, so I talk to business owners all the time, right? And they go to these events all the time, yet they say they're still lonely, they're still on this journey by themselves. They don't have anyone who can support them. What are they doing wrong? What do you see entrepreneurs doing wrong in the networking space?
Well, it's being an entrepreneur. If you're starting out your journey, you may have some of those lonely days and lonely nights. That's almost a given. But at the same time, you really have to be intentional. You have to be intentional on the people that you're looking to meet and looking to connect with. Like, who are you really looking to get either in their circles, to get around people of influence. You want to get around certain circles of people of influence that can help you.
Yeah.
As well. You got to be able to help them. Like, you got to come to the table with something as well. So you can't just always have your hand out and you're wondering why it's not working for you. You actually have to be willing to receive, not just receive, but you have to be willing to give as well. So you have to be really a servant. So how can you serve people out here in the marketplace? One of my mentors says, service to many leads to greatness. How many people are you serving on a daily basis? And that's what you can look at yourself and say, okay, you can't say, why is it not working anymore? Okay, what am I doing wrong? Or who do I need to get in front of to help? Who do I need to get in front of to take them to the next level where they need to be?
Yeah.
How could I be more of assistance to some individuals out here in the marketplace? So,
and that's how you need to be entering these events, not just, and I think that that's important because, networking gets a bad name,
yeah,
especially on the internet street. And it's because, a lot of times people are going to these networking events with their business cards, and they just want to pass it out, but they're not really there to build relationships. And
exactly.
I think that that's the key. And then another thing that you said that's so important that I'm going to stress again, is he said servant, being a servant, going to really serve and see how you can help people. And through helping people, you start to build a network. And yeah,
Mhm.
it's like that Bible verse that I always say, give and ye shall receive,
Mhm.
it's like, you know what I mean? Like that's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about connecting, right? Because one of the things you said is when you want to go to these events, you want to know who do you want to connect with? Who do you want to
Ab-
get some influence? So how do you suggest we start connecting with these people when we find out, when we go to these events? Give us some real practical tips.
got you. So some events that you register for, whether it's through social media like the Facebooks, or Eventbrite, some of them give you the list. So a list of who's attending.
Okay.
If if you look, and some of them have their titles and like companies that they work for as well. So see who's attending, and if you're not connected with them on LinkedIn, get connected with them on LinkedIn. So that's one tip I would say is, okay, look at the list, who's attending, who do you want to get connected with through LinkedIn, through social media, because then now you can reference, hey, especially if you meet them at that event and they show up, say, hey, we just connected on social media, we just connected on LinkedIn, X, Y, and Z.
Mhm.
Oh, hey, because a lot of people, if this is their first time and they're newbies, they're really uncomfortable when it comes to networking in a group of people they don't know. And they'll sit down at the booth all day. They'll sit at the bar all day, or they'll talk to their girlfriends or their buddy that's there and won't talk to anybody else.
Right.
Why did you come to the event then? Like I always tell people, if you wanted to go out to get a bite to eat, you could have went to any restaurant that wasn't hosting a networking mixer at
Right.
that establishment. You can talk to your friend any other day over the phone. Like when you come, really be intentional. Like if you really want to meet somebody and get connected with a good person, talk to them. You know,
Yeah.
uh, easiest thing is, stick your hand out, shake somebody's hand, and says, "Hi, my name is X, Y, and Z." That's the easiest thing to do. Compliment somebody on their hair, on their shirt, like their tie. Compliment somebody. That's easy to do.
Yeah.
They say, "Oh wow, thanks. Oh, there's some nice shoes. Thank you." So
Yeah.
those are some really easy tips because you kind of put people defenses down also. They're like, oh, okay. They're not looking at you strange. They're open now. They're like, oh, that was nice. Like, I haven't got complimented on this before. Like, thank you. So,
Yeah, I like that. I especially love that LinkedIn tip. I hope you
yeah,
guys got that. That was like a golden nugget right there.
yeah, yeah.
So look on Eventbrite, the guest list or
Yep,
Facebook events. You can see who's attending the event. Connect with them on social media, preferably LinkedIn,
yep,
and use that as an icebreaker when you
yep.
meet them. So, I love that. Okay, follow up. Why is it that so many people attend events, but they're not able to leverage it? Now we're talking about business, right?
Yeah.
Because I see it all the time where people are going to every single event, but still not, seem struggling to grow,
Uh-huh.
struggling to increase their clientele. And a lot of times it's the lack of follow-up, I would say. What would you
Yep.
say? How can we change that?
So that you're absolutely right about that. You know why it's a lack of follow up after they meet that person? It sounds good at that time. Oh yeah, I'll give you a call. But once they look at those business cards and they look at their phone becomes 1,000 pounds, and they're afraid to pick up the phone and actually follow up and call that person for business. So I think that's the thing that's blocking them. They're afraid. They have the fear. They're like, oh my God, I got anxiety, like I'm just so nervous to call them. Some may even shoot you an email. Some may shoot an email. Some may not even send you an email. But I think that's a way to kind of hide behind the computer or devices. They're like, hey, I'll just shoot them an email as opposed to just picking up the phone and giving that person a call, and just talking to them. So yeah, I just people are afraid. They're fearful. What I would say is pick up the phone and just call them. That's it. Just pick up the phone, call them, or shoot like a.
Looks like you're frozen. Okay, so guys, it looks like he froze. Hopefully he'll come back in a minute. But just to continue what he was saying, it's pretty much, okay, here you go. You're coming back. Are you there? Yeah, I see you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm here. It's like a little staticky.
A little static, yeah. So okay. you were saying, just pick up the phone.
Yes, pick up the phone and call them. So pick up the phone, call them. Say call them the next day. If the event was Friday, call them on Saturday. If you're uncomfortable calling them on the weekend, wait till Monday, give them a call. Make some kind of contact. If you're uncomfortable doing that, shoot them an email and let them know that you will be following up with them. People like that. Believe it or not, people think, oh, I don't want to call them, I don't want to bother them. No, they like when you actually call them and follow up with them. Like, oh man, thanks for calling me and following up with me. It's okay. Get over that anxiety of calling people. You're not gonna die. It's all right.
Right. And I think it's also important that we continue to remember in the back of our head what the whole networking concept really is, because we're not going to grow our network if we don't speak to people. So I have this extra tip. Exactly. I don't know if you've used this yet. It actually just popped up in my head as you were speaking. So LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram. I'm not sure about LinkedIn, but Facebook and Instagram, they have a feature in the messaging where you can do voice notes. So you can literally click a button.
Yep.
Right? I think that may even be better than an email, because at least they get to hear your voice.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So
exactly.
Right. As you were explaining it, I'm like, wait a minute. That might be a good idea for those of you who are feeling fearful, for those of you who have those, because I see you guys, you're getting all these business cards and you want to network. And if you're afraid, I would do that.
Yeah. That one is so. Yeah, no, that one is really cool. It's funny you say that, because somebody I know, a good buddy of mine, he lives in Chicago. He's an author, and he left me like a voicemail. Of course, he was promoting his different products, and I was working with him, and he left me a voicemail, and I thought that was so cool. Like through Messenger, I was like, oh wow, like, oh yeah, Charles, blah 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 blah. This is what it is. Just shoot me a message back or shoot me a call back. So yeah, that's really great. Like I would definitely say they can use that.
Yeah, because when you mentioned, that when, we get afraid and we don't want to eat, that we hide behind technology by sending out an email. And I think that it's really important as business owners. So Dr. Finch is here. She's a LinkedIn expert. So she said that LinkedIn has that feature as well. Right. So which is great. I feel like as business owners, and I don't know if you agree, I'm sure you agree, that we have to stretch ourselves. And if
absolutely
the voice note over email is that little inch a stretch, then I think it's worth it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so I have one more question that has to do with the networking, and then we'll tell everybody all about what you have happening.
Okay.
Leverage. I want to talk about leverage. What are your top tips for leveraging your connections?
So top tips for leveraging my connections?
Yes. So do
Okay.
you want me to explain, or you
Yeah, you go ahead. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so what I mean by that is, when we go to these events, again, we're going with intention. And the point is to be able to, let's say you're having an event and you need to be able to tap into your network to help get the word out. That's a way of leveraging. How do we leverage our network to grow our business? It's not always about getting clients. Our network is a lot more valuable to us than customers.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a few different angles you can kind of go on that one. One of them is partnering with maybe someone in your network, maybe partnering with them, again, see how you could be some of a resource for them, how you can assist them. Because of course you don't want to be like, if you have a strong network of people or professionals, you don't want to go crazy with selling them a bunch of different things and products, and you don't want to overwhelm people. You want to be that specialized expert in that niche area. So you want to have that niche that you're focused on, and how you can really help and assist your tribe, and how you can really help and assist your network of professionals that are maybe struggling in that particular area. So the thing that I would say, again, mainly just, hopefully I'm answering this question
You
for
are a
you as
partnership.
well. So yeah, that's what I would mainly say is partnership, partnering with them, partnering with some folks in your network, and how you guys can work together, and how it can be beneficial for them, as well as being beneficial for you, as well. So that's just one thing that I can think of.
Yeah.
Just network.
Yeah, got it. Okay, so guys, you're gonna have to look at the replay. Those of you who are here with us live, thank you so much for being with us. Definitely share this broadcast out. Those of you who are in the replay, listen to this again. Make sure you take notes, because this was so conversation-like, but Charles totally dropped gems. If you are somebody who really wants to get into the networking scene, and you want to know how you can use networking to grow your coaching business, okay? So Charles, tell everybody about what you have coming up.
Absolutely. So we have a few different events coming up. So right now we're doing Financial Literacy Month. And we just had an event on Tuesday. We had a credit expert. We had a great group of people that came out, great group of professionals that came out to this event, to this credit repair workshop. Our next workshop will be next Tuesday, the 23rd. We have a real estate investor coming out, and they're going to, of course, be talking about how to invest in real estate, how to get those leads that you're looking for in real estate. Then the following week, of course, on the 30th, we'll have another real estate investor coming out, and of course, we have a gentleman that's going to be talking about mortgages, loans, and things like that. And our next mixer will be May 3rd.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry, May 10th. May 10th. It's not the 3rd. Yep. So it's May 10th. So it was at an amazing place. It's called Maison 208 in Center City. So
Maison 208.
Yeah, Maison 208. It's a really nice. It's a black-owned restaurant. So it's really nice. So
Okay.
that's gonna be May 10th. That's our Friday mixer. Of course, from 6 to 9, all professionals are welcome to attending that event. And of course, we want some folks to come out to the real estate events as well, and learn. If you're in real estate, come out. If you're an agent, broker, whatever, come out and see how we can help you get some business at this workshop as well.
Yeah.
So, and that's the 20th and the 30th. So the 23rd is at 1601 Market Street. And the 30th is 2424 Studio. I don't know the exact address. I believe that's
I'll get the info.
I'll get that over.
I pulled it from the site. I pulled it from the Facebook this morning. So I'll make sure that you guys get that information when we get off here. Hey Felicia, darling, how are you? Thank you for joining. So thank you so much. Is there anything that you want to, like, where can they find you? Where can they connect with you online?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, for everyone that's on Facebook, of course, in my name, they can connect with me on Facebook at Charles Roberts, or they can connect with us at Roberts Group. So it's Roberts with a S Group on Facebook, and on Instagram is I am Charles W. Roberts. So that's I am Charles W. Roberts, as well as LinkedIn, Charles Roberts on LinkedIn. If you guys have Twitter, at CW Roberts 95. And if you're on YouTube, check our YouTube channel at Roberts Group. Go ahead and subscribe to that Roberts Group channel. So you'll see all our great,
You'll see all the
amazing.
events. Yes, all the
Yes.
videos and everything. It's awesome. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for being with me, Charles. Again, guys, thank you so much for joining me for another Master Midwife moment. I'm extremely excited about tonight because, as you guys know, this is my first male guest on the show, and I really wanted to be able to bring this male perspective. So I hope that you guys learned a lot from this, because our men pushes through too every single day, right? So thank you so much for being with us. Don't forget to share this out, and I will see you guys next week.